Have you ever woken up feeling tired before your day even began? Not sick, not in pain, just heavier, slower, duller. Some people thought they were just getting older. They blamed their age for the fog, the fatigue, the feeling that life was dimming around the edges. But later, they realized something quietly different was going on. It wasn't aging. It was 5 habits, small, daily choices they didn't even realize were draining their energy. Not all at once, but slowly, quietly, habitually. Today, we're going to look at those 5 habits, and more importantly, how letting go of them made people feel lighter, sometimes for the first time in years. They didn't feel broken. They just didn't feel like themselves. They could still walk, still drive, still hold a conversation. But something inside had changed. Quietly, slowly, and without warning. They began to forget why they walked into rooms. They stopped looking in mirrors for too long. They lost interest in the things that used to bring them joy. It wasn't dramatic, just subtle. A slow fade. They told themselves it was just part of getting older. This is what 60 feels like, some said. After 70, things just slow down, others believed. And for a while, they accepted that answer. But something about it never felt complete, because deep down, they still remembered a version of themselves that was sharper, lighter, more awake. And they missed that person. Later, they discovered the truth. It wasn't age that had pulled them down. It was something far more ordinary. It was habits. The small ones. The ones that felt harmless. The things they did automatically, without ever asking, "Is this helping me?" 5 habits. That's all it took. 5 quiet daily patterns that slowly drained their energy and made them feel older than they really were. And the hardest part? Those habits felt so normal they never questioned them, until the weight of them became too much to carry. They didn't mean to ignore the signs. It wasn't denial. It was life. There was always something else to do, appointments to keep, people to take care of, bills to pay. So when they started waking up more tired than rested, they pushed through. When their memory slipped in little ways, they laughed it off. When they found themselves sitting more than moving, they called it just slowing down. And when the scale crept up, the sleep got worse, the smiles faded. They said, "That's just what happens." But it wasn't just what happens. It was what happens when small things go unchecked for too long. It took them years to realize they hadn't just aged. They had adapted to habits that were aging them faster than time itself. But the most powerful realization? They didn't need to add anything new. They just needed to let go. Each of the 5 habits had a story, and each one told the body a lie it quietly obeyed, day after day, year after year. They didn't scream. They didn't break anything overnight. But they shaped everything. Sleep, memory, energy, mood, even how the heart beats. Let's take a closer look. Habit 1. Reaching for pills too quickly. It told the body, "You can't handle this without help." So the body stopped trying. The natural healing response weakened. The liver worked harder. The brain dulled. And soon, Small issues required bigger fixes. Habit 2. Eating late at night. It told the body, rest is not important. So digestion kept working when it should have been recovering. Sleep got lighter, the gut grew inflamed, and the body woke up tired before the day even began. Habit 3. Sitting more than moving. It told the body, you're done growing. You don't need strength anymore. So muscles thinned, joints stiffened, circulation slowed like a river in winter, and the body forgot how to feel light. Habit 4. Silencing emotions. It told the body, you're not allowed to feel this. So the nervous system stayed on high alert. The body tightened, the jaw clenched, the chest never fully relaxed, and the stress lived there, invisibly, endlessly. Habit 5. Using sugar to self-soothe. It told the body, this is comfort. So the blood sugar surged, then crashed. The brain fogged. The moods dipped. The cravings came back stronger. And the cycle repeated, again and again. None of these habits were evil. They were familiar, easy, sometimes even necessary in hard moments. But left unchallenged, they didn't just age the body. They made people feel like they were slowly disappearing inside it. They didn't overhaul their lives. They didn't join a gym, buy supplements, or wake up at 5 a.m. They just noticed. And once they noticed, they chose differently. Gently, quietly, consistently. Here's what they started doing. Instead of reaching for a pill at the first sign of discomfort, they paused. They asked, can I wait 10 minutes? Can I breathe through this? And often they could. Not always, but often. And that was enough. Instead of eating late, they made dinner the final meal and closed the kitchen. A cup of warm tea became their signal to slow down. A soft lamp, a quiet room, and sleep came softer, more welcome than before. Instead of sitting for hours, they set a soft reminder, just to stand and stretch every 30 minutes. No workouts, just motion, just a shift. The body responded like it had been waiting to be noticed. Instead of bottling emotions, they opened a notebook. They wrote one sentence, what they were actually feeling. Not to fix it, just to feel it. And slowly, the body began to trust again. Instead of sugar, they tried a glass of cinnamon water, or a short walk, or a call to a friend. The craving passed, and so did the fog. They didn't cut everything out. They just listened, then chose. No one changed overnight. But step by step, their bodies remembered how to feel light again, how to feel alive, how to feel like themselves again. No one expects to disappear slowly, but that's what it felt like. Not gone, just faded. Like walking through life behind glass, watching but not fully part of it. And then something shifted. Not because they did more, but because they let go. And in that space, something softer returned. They began to feel light again. They laughed more easily. They caught their reflection and smiled. Just a little. They began to trust their body, their mood, their pace. They weren't trying to look young. They were remembering how it felt to feel real, to feel present, to feel clear, to feel like themselves. That's what letting go gave them. Not youth, but wholeness. If something in this story felt familiar, you're not alone. If you've been tired lately, not just in your body, but in your spirit, that quiet weight that follows you around all day, there's a reason. Maybe it's not your age. Maybe it's not something missing. Maybe it's just something too heavy to carry anymore. Letting go doesn't have to be dramatic. Sometimes it starts with noticing. Sometimes it begins by saying, maybe I don't need this anymore. You don't have to do it all at once. Start with one. Let go of just one habit that no longer fits your body, your peace, or your pace. See what shifts. Because you're still here, and there's still more of you waiting to be felt. You can start changing this too. And if you'd like a little guidance, you'll find a summary of the 5 habits in the description below, along with gentle routines and small tips that have helped others start feeling a little more alive again. We hope it helps you too.